Alright guys, you guys ready for your next comic? This next comic will be on VH1 next month. Please give a round of applause to Ari Teman!
How's it going, YU and other Jews? Oh, wow. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much for coming. I mean, I know it's New York, and you have a lot of different options and parties and events. And so the fact that you're here really lets us know that this show was the cheapest. All right. I gotta admit, I'm a little nervous. When I was in college, I was in a bachelor auction to raise money for breast cancer. Thank you. And the guys in front of me, they're going for $300, $500. And nobody bid on me. Yeah. To rephrase that, girls would not date me to cure cancer. So I'm just here looking for my beshert. Who's willing to have more than 5 children? Just pretend we're all in a hotel lobby and this will work fine. I am. By the way, the minimum bid on that bachelor auction, to be totally honest, was $5. And a sandwich on campus was $7. So like, even if you didn't want to go out with me, you were still making $2. And you could pay with your meal card. So yeah, but that's cool. So I am single. I think it's because I get bad advice, right? You get relationship advice always from the wrong people. Yeah? Always from your fat single friends. The ones that like to stay home and read. Always tell me things like, oh, Ari, just be yourself. I wouldn't date myself. This is terrible advice. I would date myself. I wouldn't be looking for someone else. What'd you do this weekend? Well, I took myself to the movies. Oh, terrible advice. Always from the wrong people. I was taking nutrition advice from my doctor till I realized he's fat. You see on TV McDreamy and McSteamy? Yeah, I got McNugget. Terrible advice. You know, I'm a little bit nervous about being here. I'm a little bit torn. I'm very Zionistic. I am, and I love the people. On one hand, I'm a big supporter of the people from Gush Katif, and on the other hand, my family owns a bulldozer company. Oh, that was. I'm kidding, by the way. Unless you're like Sfardi and you're like, ooh, he has money. Or from Great Neck. My mom actually was a Stern girl. I should be right, which halakhically makes me a Stern girl. Right? Is that how it works? She was great. My mom was great. Very supportive mom. And I remember when I was a kid, she took me to an art class. And above the door, the teacher had hung a sign. It said, "A mistake is a creation not yet realized." And I was very inspired. And I remember my mom, she patted me on the head and she said, "Have fun in art class, my little creation."
Oh my God.
My mom doesn't like that joke so much. She's like, it's not even true. You were planned poorly. Gotta love your family. Though my uncle, very tight family. My uncle just got my grandmother a car, and I said, Grandma is old and her vision is poor. He was like, I know. All right, that one took a second. All right,
Now I get it.
I do want to get married. We don't have any married people here, though. No, in the back. No chaperones. Okay, here we go. Marriage is very scary in this country. Right? What do they say? 50% of marriage ends in divorce, yeah. Which means the other 50% ends in death. Whatever, you'd love that joke if you knew Morse code. Comics behind the face like it too. All right. I got a takeout menu the other day. It said Mexican food was voted the #1 ethnic food. Which was weird. It was a Chinese menu. More of a warning, really. Mexican food voted #1. How many of those were registered voters? You guys are a little too racist to be honest. Usually I just get the groans on that one, but a little bit. Speaking of first black president, very exciting, yes? Technically only half exciting. That's all right, that joke is only half racist. That is. Boy, that Holocaust was sure a PR nightmare for the Nazis. You think they thought about that? You think they thought, like, I don't think we're going to be able to sell a lot of merchandise. No, don't worry about it. We're going to be in all the movies. Yeah, which is ironic when you consider who makes the movies. Jews, just for... Apparently half the audience is from Lakewood. Okay, cool. They're calling Obama a Nazi now, which I think is fantastic. Because if you thought the presidency was a tough job for a black guy to get, Nazi, we have overcome. We are breaking down the color barriers, you know? A black Nazi. Soon you can all be Nazis. That'll confuse the Germans. That's the Schwarze doing in the uniform. That is very charismatic. Why are you talking with a Jewish accent? You guys eat the Chinese food? It's okay to admit it's a Jewish crowd. No, I eat very healthy. No. Okay, that eat and walk is a block away. Chinese food, though, the only food where after the meal, they give you advice. They're thinking, hey, you're eating this crap, you could use a few pointers. He's had it tough. Give it to him in a cookie. And that's what kills me, because what do they have on the other side of the fortune cookie? Yes. The lucky numbers. Yeah, the lucky numbers. As if there's some guy in a Chinese factory. He's got the lucky numbers. He could win the lottery. And he says, hey, you know what? I like the stale cookie business too much. You're eating a $4 entree? You need the money more than me. And he's right. Oh, I have done some dumb things to make money. Dumb things. Oh. Tried importing bacon bits into Israel. No one wanted to be a rebel. Tried manufacturing Chinese alphabet soup. 10,000 letters. No one could lift the can. Dumb job. So, you ever go to a fancy establishment? You go into the bathroom and there's a guy working there. That's an awkward moment. Because you got to tip the guy or girl. You got to tip him. What are we saying? We got to give him a gratuity. What are we really saying to this guy? Oh, thank God you're here. If only they were to invent some sort of paper towel dispenser. All right. Are you all right? You haven't moved the entire show. Are you okay there, buddy? You look like you got to take a little bit of a poo. Are you constipated? A little bit? I look at constipation as a personal failure. I do. Because as it's happening, you got to be thinking, hey, birds can do this while flying. Just for the record, that's a bird joke. I think of all the Disney characters, Snow White definitely the most Jewish. She's surrounded by short men. Their only distinguishing characteristic is something negative, like grumpy or sneezy or CPA. Their leader is a doctor. Definitely a Jewish woman. The most exciting thing she does, is wake up. I had to take out a dirty word in there for a second. I think that they told me I had to be clean, and I'm going to do that. They said no sex, no innuendo, drugs are fine. Which I was like, that's a little bit of a mixed message, you know? So I was doing crack the other day, but not in privacy with an unmarried woman, kids. My friend, he got a new car. He calls me over. He says, hey, Ari, take a look at this. I got a DVD player in my dashboard. What do you want to watch? How about The Road? You gotta watch The Road. The other day, I'm on the highway, big sign, next exit, 45 miles. Car in front of me, what's he do? Flips on the turn signal. Thanks. I'll mark my calendar. Now they're saying cars are going to drive themselves. This seems like a terrible idea. Imagine you're late for work. You run outside. You look in the driveway. Where'd it go? You know, I think I'll leave you guys with some advice. You know, we live in a very goal-oriented society. Certainly, those of you in the 516 area code. 201, whatever. Very goal-oriented society. You know, when we say, I'm going to get this job, I'm going to get this house, this wife, this car. But no matter how hard you work, and no matter how hard you study, there will always be someone who is smarter than you, who is richer than you, who is better looking, has a better looking wife, a bigger house, a nicer car. And God willing, that person will be me. Thanks a lot, guys.